It's Friday, August 29th. My name's Ian Fox, and I'm joined as always by my best friends Joe and Brett. We figure out who won the Pick the Push Championship, if Jared could retain, or if Server pulled off a huge upset. And we're also joined by our number one contender for Clash in Paris, a very, very special guest.
Who's excited to watch wrestling today?
I am. I'm
Hell yeah.
excited to spend some time with the boys and talk about Forbidden Door and Raw, and then our upcoming pay-per-view, Clash in Paris. Super Noodles.
What do you guys think about Forbidden Door?
Oh, I thought it was great.
I thought it was a very average AEW pay-per-view, actually. But with that being said, there wasn't a bad match on the card. There wasn't anything I didn't like. Like, I wish there was more, and by that I mean, like, there were a couple matches, like, I think they could have been better. They could have added a little to them. Other than that, it's like I said, picking straws, pulling hairs.
That's unreal. Dear AEW, your match was average, as in everything was like good.
Yeah, it was good. There wasn't anything bad. I wouldn't say like, "Oh my god, you have to go back and watch the entire pay-per-view."
It was totally worth the watch from A to Z.
Yeah, it was worth the watch, but it's one of those, would I go back and watch a lot of it? Probably not. I think there may be 2 matches I'd go back and watch.
If you had one that you would recommend the most for rewatch, what match would you guys think of?
So it's hard between 2 for me. I wanna say the unsanctioned steel cage match just because, like, it was wild and it was such a good match because of, like, you're gonna have a lot of memorable spots and, it was violent.
It was super violent.
But, like, the only other match that I would like that rivals that match for me was the triple threat tag match. I really, really liked that match. The Hurt People versus Brodito versus FTR. I think that is one to go back and watch.
That was probably my most surprised. Like, I definitely did not expect that ending. Like, for Brodito to win, I
Yeah,
was definitely shocked.
and you're like, no way.
Yeah, I wasn't ready for that.
We had the crazy chair shot that Brody took too.
Who put those pants on Hangman? Those pockets were so narrow together, it made his ass look fucking tiny. And then they decided to put a fucking tasseled anus beard onto it too? Who thought this was a good idea?
I don't think
Stop.
I remember his pants.
I bet they weren't even real pockets.
I was so frustrated. It's like, doesn't this guy have a single friend who would tell him that an anus beard is a bad idea? Seriously, why would you frame somebody's ass with tassels?
Oh, that was the other thing I wanted to say. I think it was the Fatal 4-Way with the girls.
Monet.
Yep, Monet, Bozilla, Persephone, and Alex Windsor. The quad suplex spot was really cool, where they had like all 4 women and like I think it was like Alex Windsor was like upside down, hanging in the turnbuckle when they started doing the suplex, and then she like pulled herself up and then suplexed everybody.
That whole match was fantastic. That was one of my favorite matches on the card. I had 4 specific like banger matches, and that was definitely one of them.
Yeah, I would put that with one of them. And I didn't know Bozilla could do a moonsault. I thought that was really dope.
Impressive.
Yeah, very impressive. I have one more thing about Forbidden Door too, actually.
All right.
Luchasaurus, something that I noticed. You had all the chants for Luchasaurus and everything like that, but the commentators refused to call him Luchasaurus. They only called him Killswitch.
Yeah, like if they brought him back Wednesday as Killswitch, I'd be like, okay. Like, I'm still gonna call him Luchasaurus, but okay.
Yeah, but they brought him back as Luchasaurus. They even called him Luchasaurus.
Yeah, it's so weird. My last thing, the promo, the lowest score out of us for who is doing a promo. I received 60 wonderful points. Um,
That means you tied with the
with the previous number one contender. You know, if it was a title match, I still would have lost.
Yeah.
But then Joe with 56 and Brett with 40. So Brett, you owe us a promo of my choice now, actually, right?
All
That's how we're
right,
doing
yeah.
this right now.
Mhm.
Correct.
That sounds good to me because I want you to do a hype promo for me going into my championship match once I win the PTP challenge this weekend at Clash in Paris. That's what I'm looking forward to. How does that
So
sound?
you want me to do a Don Callis style hype promo for you?
You know what? Interpret it any way you want. I'm looking forward to it. You just hype me up going into what should be my championship match, and I can't wait that I'll be the number one contender. Because if not, it's going to be a very depressing promo to listen to. But I'm very confident that we'll get there and we'll take it home.
Well, if I'm gonna hype you up, of course you're gonna win. How can you not?
That's exactly what I'm thinking. Hopefully it's not needed, but much appreciated.
He'll get the number one contendership for this weekend, and then when we record your promo next week.
Yep, that will be going into you'll be doing a promo for the next event after Clash in Paris, which will be I'll be the number one contender by then, so sorry to spoil it for everybody. And
Mhm.
that's actually going to be a big deal. We'll go over the exact event, but there's 2 events on the same day, and we'll talk about more later of how we're going to do that. But that
Yep.
would be the one that I'm challenging for the championship for.
Yep. Because you have to get the number one contendership at
Bingo.
Clash in Paris.
Well, I will, so.
We'll see.
All right,
I honestly kind of hope you don't get the number one contendership, just so Brett can cut this great promo about you being the number one contender, and then you not be the number one contender.
I mean, I don't think that's something I'm going to have to worry about. I am confident enough, though, to say maybe change things up a bit, and I'm willing to put the risk of me doing a promo on the line if I do not get the most points on the show, like out of everybody. Like, period.
Next
If I
week?
don't win, no, I'm
So if you
saying,
don't get number
even
one
next week, going
contender-
forward, period. Not even number one contender. I'm saying out of us 3, if I do not win it, then I'm doing the promo. If I come in second, I'm doing the promo. Doesn't matter. But I'm
So
if you're not
also
first,
loser
you're last.
and also Ian will be doing the promo.
no, that would be the loser. I'd take the loser spot. That's what I'm willing to put on the line.
Jesus.
If I get, that's how confident I am because I'm the greatest. And I'll even go a step further and say the most points out of anybody on the show from that previous week. So
from the previous week, so you have to be
like going into the show, the one going into the show, the one that has it on the line. You know what I mean? I'm not saying this 70 points, but I am saying hypothetically, if we had a special, very, very special guest on this week, maybe we'll have it on later. If they also score higher than me, I will also do the promo. Like, I'm willing, like, regardless of who's on the show, I'll count it as not only us, but if we have an interview too, if they do better than me, I'll do the promo. I'll take it.
All right.
Those are my terms.
I'll accept those terms. That if you basically if anyone beats you, you have to cut a promo.
If I do not win of the 3 of us, or if we have an interview with someone that does better than me, I'll do the promo. So as far as the easiest questions go and the hardest questions, the hardest question that nobody got right, 0%, was the finish to the Tony Storm Athena match. How does that match end? Nobody had submission.
I
0.
I wouldn't have guessed submission. That
Yep.
wild finish. I loved it
That's
though.
kind of a pretty big deal. The next ones were some of the easier questions. We had 2 questions with 80% was Heyman as the winner, and then over/under title changes. But the number one easiest question that almost everybody got 86.7% over ref bumps. You know, pretty fair. Those are all event questions. So as far as like actual match card, like question cards, I'd say everybody knowing Hangman's gonna retain makes sense too. Our number one contender, literally before filling out the card, was like, I don't even watch AEW,
Yeah,
and
Ferg.
fucking
Yeah.
Alpha Ferg takes it home with the most points we've ever seen so far.
It's true. He did have the most points.
70
Fucking
points is
flexing
insane.
70 points.
But yeah, that's, I guess, our next big news is that number one contender, congratulations, Alpha Ferg.
Yeah,
Shout out
number
to
one-
Big Ferg. Big Ferg in the house.
Yeah, good old,
Very impressive.
big old Alpha Ferg with the 70 points, and is now the new number one contender for the Pick the Push Championship.
So they'll take on the winner of the championship match, who that was also a very close match. 65 points to 60. Jared Holm retains and will face
Jared Holmes
Alpha
retained.
Ferg at Clash in Paris.
All that talk from Server 404, and he loses to Jared Holmes again.
Takes it. Well, you know, it was
Rough.
a well fought battle.
It was.
And you know, if it came down to promos, I'd probably give it a Server, but unfortunately that's not what we do here.
No.
This is the guy that
it's
we
not.
saw last week.
Yeah.
His promo was very, very good. Yeah.
He's very good at promos.
I also want to say that I am very happy to see Nigel McGuinness wrestle again.
Okay.
Nigel McGuinness, I never thought he was going to wrestle again.
Well, I hope we see Ospreay wrestle again.
Same. I also really hope we see Ospreay wrestle again. I was honestly tearing up a little bit as he was like soaking in the crowd before the final attack. I was like, yeah, he's gonna get attacked so he can get stretchered out so they can write him off the TV. And Caitlin's like, what do you mean? The thing said like it's ending. I was like, yeah, no, but they have to. He's just soaking in his last moment with the crowd. And then like just like clockwork, they just start fucking attacking him.
Mm-hmm.
So is he injured or what?
Yeah.
Both.
So Osprey's been injured for a while, just in general. He's needed surgery. He has to get neck surgery. And the type of neck surgery that he is getting, sometimes you don't come back from. It can be career ending.
Oh no.
So it's one of those like but here's the other thing too, is like the surgery may go fine and he may be able to heal and he may be able to just come back in like a year or so. But like
Oh,
it's
shit.
one of those, he's gotta work for it and he's gotta just be real safe and hopefully everything just goes well. That's really what it comes down to. We're in the same kind of holding pattern with Kevin Owens. He's another person that I really fucking hope comes back to wrestle. But it's one of those, we have to wait to see how the fusion and the surgery went.
Jesus.
Mm-hmm.
You guys want to wait to the end, or are you willing to do Raw versus AEW right now?
I'm willing to do Raw versus AEW right now. Brett, what did you like? Raw or AEW better?
I'm gonna keep my streak alive and say I enjoyed AEW much more than Raw this week. I just don't like the characters on Raw right now. I don't like the
feuds?
I don't like the feuds that are currently going on. I've enjoyed other feuds much more.
I will agree with that. That the feuds on Raw right now are very weak. What about you, Ian?
I think Raw was there was okay moments. I didn't care. But either way, I'm kind of biased towards AEW right now. I don't really know why, but I can definitely feel that. But I was sold the moment I saw Darby go through a TV. Like once I saw that moment, I was like, nobody else on Raw's doing shit like that. Like clearly, like just that spot alone, I'm giving it to AEW.
TV stuff and fork stuff, man. They're the prop masters at AEW.
I think they're just better storytellers. Like I don't think Don Callis can really tell a story, and I still think that he's got a better storytelling than fucking the WWE writers right now. Between Raw and AEW, I think Raw was really dry and awful this week. And I agree with both of you guys in saying that the feuds are god awful. So I am also going AEW.
Is this the first time all three of us are on the same page?
Yeah, it is. Usually there's one of us that is against it, but this week Raw was so fucking awful. I think that I would argue with either of you if you guys tried to say that Raw was better.
Are you kidding me? Are you dense?
Did you? Do you guys? I don't know what drugs you guys are doing to say that Raw is better than AEW this week, but I want some.
Please share.
Please share.
Let's get this SmackDown preview out of the way. SmackDown does look really good this week, actually. There's going to be at least 2 title matches that have been announced. We have the U.S. title on the line, Solo Sikoa versus Sami
That'll be a
Zayn.
great match.
That's pretty big. Like, that's cool that they have a title match, but I'm still picking Solo all day. Like, I don't think he's losing his title on SmackDown.
No, he's not losing it on SmackDown to the underdog. Like,
Yeah.
literally, he chose Sami Zayn so he can just, to get another free defense.
Well, Sami Zayn is still a Raw guy, so that in itself makes me think they wouldn't give him the
That's what
title
I mean.
anyway. Yeah.
So, like, I agree with you there. I do not think that that's gonna switch, but that'll be a good match.
Yeah, for sure. Excited to watch it.
What else is going on for SmackDown?
The other title match that has been announced is the women's tag belts are on the line with Bliss and Flair versus the Secret Hervis.
Okay.
I don't expect a title change, but that one I could actually see happening.
I could see it happening, but I don't see it actually happening.
Don't expect it, but if there was one title to be changed, I could see that one. Just be like, okay, makes Secret Hervis more relevant. They always have matches anyway.
Yep.
Keeps Chelsea Green more relevant because she doesn't have a singles title right now.
Yep.
And then Bliss and Flair can kind of do their own thing. Because, I mean, how much longer are they going to do it? They could keep going for a while, but I don't think they will.
Hey, I don't know how much they want to.
Not like they're friends or anything.
They're
See?
not.
Exactly. The only other match on SmackDown officially is going to be Mello Don't Miz versus the Street Profits, which is not as exciting as the other 2 matches, but it's not going to be bad.
Yeah, it'll be solid. That's a solid take-home show before a pay-per-view.
Yeah, like that's going to be like 2 title matches on SmackDown. Like, that's big. All right, I'm now joined with the number 1 contender from Forbidden Door. We have Alpha Ferg. Is that what you prefer to be called? Would you rather me call you something else?
Yeah, you can call me Ferg. You can call me anything.
Sounds good to me. Let me start by just saying congratulations on, not only becoming number 1 contender, becoming Mr. Forbidden Door 2025, but 70 points is the largest amount of points we've seen so far.
Yeah, I appreciate it. It's entirely unearned. I do not watch AEW regularly. I just made some shots in the dark and educated guesses and got lucky.
I'd say it's pretty impressive either way. So I got a list of questions for you. I'm going to start with what got you into wrestling?
I got into wrestling around 2017 because I had a coworker who watched, and I watched for about 4 months, and then I remember the Jinder Mahal Punjabi prison match,
All right.
and I quit watching. And but I got back into it about 2 years ago, and I just love the storytelling. It's a good, way to clean off any frustration from the day, just watching some guys hit each other and
Absolutely
tell some fun stories.
Yeah. All right. Well, besides wrestling, what are maybe some other things you're into or hobbies?
Big gamer, and I also have been doing a lot of like game design. I made my own card game recently. I just love all types of games.
That's really cool. Is there anything you want to plug? Like, feel free to use whatever resources I have to give. Feel free to plug anything you want to.
Nothing currently, but maybe in the next few months, once I become champion, I'll sure to put out some other things.
I love that. I absolutely love that attitude. All right, let's talk about Forbidden Door a little bit. Like,
Yeah.
I know you just said you're more of a WWE guy than AEW guy, but when it come to watching Forbidden Door, was there any big surprises or anything like that for when you're filling out the card that you just didn't expect to happen at all?
I mean, I did hear that Osprey was having some medical issues, and that did inform a couple of the decisions I made.
Okay.
I've tried to watch the PLEs or whatever the equivalent is, the term is for AEW, but a lot of the matches looked pretty straightforward. I would say Hangman's match with MJF, I would not have predicted after watching All In,
Yeah,
but that was a good one. That was entertaining.
definitely a banger. Now, do you have any questions that while you were filling it out was like the easiest one that you're like, this is a guarantee? Like this one, if I get anything wrong, I know it's not going to be this question.
I mean, I think the biggest one, yeah, was kind of informed by knowing that Osprey was going to leave. I could not have picked Team Moxley to win the Lights Out match. And in terms of the dives, I just knew Darby Allin and John were going to go crazy. I did, in my head, I wanted to pick Darby Allin first to bleed, but I was also like, John Moxley's crazy. He's probably just going to like hit his head on something right off the bat and just go into a, like, he might bleed before the match starts, right?
Did you have like a hardest question or anything either?
I mean, the shoe, I wouldn't say I know enough about Tony Storm to know whether shoes are a common theme.
Fair enough.
So I said no.
Fair, yeah, no, that's
I
definitely
don't
the
know.
easy one. That was a question brought to you by ChatGPT, and it was so silly that I had to add it.
Oh, and then notably, the buckshot lariat. I did think that MJF would kick out just to build in the drama, but I did predict is he would just counter them each time up until the very ending.
That was
That was
really
pretty
good.
entertaining.
Absolutely. That would really it had me on my edge of my seat watching that part because I was like, did he get it? Does it count? No. All right. Switching gears, getting away from Forbidden Door. Looking forward into your championship match at Clash in Paris. Do you have any strategies going into it, or is there anything that you might be a little bit worried about when you're filling out that card, or any thoughts?
I mean, looking at the card, I pulled it up earlier just to do some research. And I mean, the first step of preparing, I'm going to actually watch the shows as soon as I can. So I'm currently watching Raw,
Nice.
and I'll be up watching SmackDown, so I am informed. I think this is going to be a tough card. I think, Sheamus and Rusev could be a mixed bag there. I think predicting the winners, like even Reigns and Bronson Reed, I feel like Roman Reigns obviously has the huge, huge momentum behind him,
Of
but
course.
they're trying to build up the division. They're trying to build up Bronson Reed. I feel like it could be maybe a swervy ending. I've got a theory about that one.
Okay.
I think there are going to be a lot of fun matches, and then I don't know. The four-way is probably going to be the hardest because I
Definitely.
feel like there's no way Seth loses, but I also see them going in a few different directions with that title. So
There will definitely be shenanigans, like at least, right, for that match specifically. Like I can't imagine that's just going to be a clean finish. What does winning the Pick the Push championship mean to you?
it means dominance over my enemies. It means, becoming known throughout the world as a champion, finally. I've struggled in sports throughout my life. I tried out for the NBA. I tried up for MLB. This is finally something I can hang my hat on and look at my children with pride and say, "Daddy did it."
I love that. I love that answer so much. That's a great answer. And the last thing I got for you is, do you have a message to your champion, Jared Holmes, right now?
Yeah, don't get comfortable. Don't get, I'm waiting right here. I feel like I'd maybe top that 70, maybe put up a, 75,
Ooh.
80, 82. You better watch
I
out.
love that. Damn. All right. Well, is there anything you had for me? Any questions you might have for me, or anything else you might want to get off your chest before going into Clash in Paris?
Nah, I just want to say thanks. I mean, I'm glad my friend Brett has gotten his own. Thank you so much for getting him into wrestling. I've been trying to bug him to stop watching boxing for so long.
Well, thank you so much. Congratulations again. I look
Thank you.
forward to seeing the outcome for Clash in Paris.
We'll see you there.
But just know, regardless of the outcome, I'm coming for whoever's winning. I'm putting
Oh
my
yeah.
name on
Well,
that belt one
don't
day.
get too comfortable.
But I appreciate it so much. Thanks again. All right, so I guess I'm just gonna go into our next event. Is gonna be Clash in Paris. We got the Fatal 4-Way: Seth versus Punk versus Jey Uso versus LA Knight. Definitely gonna be the main event. Definitely gonna be the best one on the card. There's a couple other good ones though.
If that's the best one on the card, I'm gonna be pretty disappointed.
Oh, for sure, it's gonna be the best one on the card. We got Cena versus Logan Paul.
Oh fuck.
That's probably gonna, like, as far as our pick the push stuff. Seth, like, that Fatal 4 is definitely gonna be on there.
Yep.
Most likely Cena versus Logan Paul. The third one that I think we're gonna put
Yay.
on there is Becky Lynch versus Nikki Bella for the Intercontinental Women's title.
Ugh.
That's probably gonna be the 3. The other 2 that are not gonna be on there so far is gonna be Sheamus versus Rusev in, don't forget, a good
Oh, very
old-fashioned
excited.
Donnybrook match.
Okay,
It's gonna be a
that'll
good
probably
match.
be the best match on the card.
No, I'm still giving it the Fatal 4-Way.
No.
That is something to be excited about, though.
I want Sheamus and Rusev's match to open and also close the event.
That would be dope. It probably will open it now that you say that.
They start fighting, they get interrupted, they leave, and the next fight starts.
The last match on here that they've added so far, I do expect them to add more. Roman versus Bronson Reed.
Yeah.
And just a regular singles match. I feel like it should be a ladder match or a Shula Fala on a pole. But something like that would be pretty awesome.
Yeah, a shoe for shoe match.
That'd be cool. I like that too.
Kind of like racing for pink slips, but
Or like the Shula Fala versus like the actual Unafala.
I'm not excited for any of these matches except for Rusev and
yeah,
That is going to be a good
Sheamus.
one. I do
Yeah.
fully expect them to add a tag team match on SmackDown, though.
yeah.
I don't know if it'll be a title match, but some sort of tag team match will be added, is what I strongly feel.
I can tell you right now, I am not excited for any one of these matches. The last pay per view on Peacock, they're not doing or last PLE on Peacock, they're not doing a great job of trying to sell everyone to want to watch it.
Yeah, they don't really care. They're just interested in hyping up WrestlePalooza.
Yeah, which I haven't even heard what they're doing for WrestlePalooza yet. So, whatever.
I don't even know if there's any matches confirmed for that yet, but I'll worry about that later.
Yeah, that's whatever.
They do have one match listed. It's John Cena versus TBA. Who could it be? They're not even like willing to put Brock in there right now. Like it has to be Brock,
Probably.
and they're just gonna put TBA.
Brock less
Yep.
nerd.
Not Brock the Rock. They're gonna bring the house though. I'm telling
It'll
you,
be
WrestlePalooza
okay.
will be something to watch. They're gonna invest a lot of like things to make people watch on ESPN.
Yeah, I hope they do.
Yeah.
Because they are, like I said, they're not selling this Paris show to me.
The most exciting thing for me is gonna be the results for the PTP.
Yeah,
That's literally all I got.
I agree.
I'm most excited for that. So that challenge we'll have the regular match order. We'll have those 3 matches so far. I don't have specific questions. I have quantity of questions where, depending on which matches get added, I'll probably add the tag team match. Rusev
Yeah.
and Sheamus is kind of swaying me after talking to you guys to add it, so that's not eliminated from possibilities. The ones that I definitively have that I want to share is going to be the event props.
I would rather have the Rusev and Sheamus match over fucking Cena and Paul.
Yeah, I don't disagree with that. It was just as far as like because I can get more questions. My concern is like how do I like classify a good old fashioned Donnybrook match? Like obviously it's gonna be a type of street fight, so I'll go with those types of questions. But it's just a
Yeah.
weird enough match type where I'm like I don't know. For event props, the only ones that I have right now are exact number of title changes. I have none, 1, and then 2 or more, because there's not too many title matches on the card itself for Clash in Paris, but I figured if they add a match, 2 or more fits.
Yep.
I kept referee bumps over 1.5 or over half, so 1 ref bump points. I figured that was just simple enough, and pretty much everybody got that last time, so it should be easy points for over. Is what I
Yep.
kind of expect, especially even though it's a no DQ fatal 4-way, but whatever. Will we see a return or debut? That's a pretty staple one that I've been keeping on there.
The ref bumps, is that the entire show or just during the Fatal 4-Way
That's the whole
match?
show.
Okay,
Whole show,
word.
just 1 ref bump. This one's a new one. Is over under 1.5 announce table and or barricade broken.
Ooh.
So 2
Like-
or more.
Breakaway barricade. So if
Yeah, you know how they've been like spearing people into the barricade and the barricade
Yep.
breaks away?
Yep.
That's kind of like add that with the announce tables. 1.5 is the number I got. So seems possible for the over, but not a
Yep.
guarantee by any means.
No, definitely not a guarantee, but I definitely think it is possible for it to be over, especially considering you have both Breaker and Roman on the card.
Right. Yeah, especially. And then the last one I have, and I like this one too, and Forbidden Door made me think of it because they were in the UK, and this one's gonna be in Paris. Is over under 1.5 special entrances for the event. So if there's like some weird like Paris theme thing, or like one of those just entrances that are a little bit over the top, I'll consider that too. I felt like that was just kind of a neat one to
Yeah,
mingle with everything going on.
special entrances for.
Yeah,
Yep, I can see that. Kind of like
because
how Sasha came with her
exactly. That exact
guards, or
entrance is the thing that made me think of the question. It might have even been Jared that gave me the idea too.
but that's not a
But I
bad
thought that
one.
was unique enough to add it. And then all of those, I believe, are worth 5 points right now. So those are pretty big questions. But those are all I have for the event questions.
And just think, if you pick the push, you could be the new #1 contender.
If you can pick it, you can push it.
If you can pick it, you can push it. That's a good one.
Exactly. So that opens for entry right after SmackDown ends at 10 p.m. Eastern, and then that's going to be open until the start of Clash of Paris at 2 p.m. Sunday ET. Good luck. You're going to need it.
Real cuts of freeze-dried salmon?
Thanks for watching this week's episode of Pick the Push. Don't forget to join Pick the Push Challenge for Clash in Paris. You can find those links in our Discord, our X, our Instagram, Spotify. Don't forget those links open right after SmackDown, and they close right at the beginning of Clash in Paris. Good luck. Until next time.
Remember when Asuka was beating the shit out of people like every week for a while?
She's going to do it again. I'm telling you. It's going to be Rio. They're going to take it. They're not going to be ready for Asuka. Nobody ever is. Asuka's like diarrhea, just out of nowhere, not ready.
Oh no. Asuka is like Cece's endless buffet.
Oh, not ready.
No
It's
one's
like
ready
day
for
old
it.
sushi.
Like a good old gas station chicken salad sandwich.
Ugh.
Jesus.